I wanted to first of all ask you, so I mean, you spoke a lot about the cultural piece there. And one of the things, I mean, first from an EVP perspective, and then around creating a culture, sustaining a culture, do you find or do you think that perhaps one of the difficulties that people have to land both an EVP and a remote culture is the fact that the sort of the values and the culture and the words that are used are not necessarily anchored in reality from what this looks, sounds, and feels like on a day-to-day basis? Like, do you think they're too abstract and we're now having to get it back down to, we say we have a culture of honesty, but like, where does that actually show up? Like, do I get to feed back on that? Is that part of my KPIs or OKRs? Like, are you finding that that's something, or how do you feel that could be landed better?
So what I am seeing is in feedback from employees is the need for simplicity, and explain to me what you mean by, if you say my culture is in our culture we drive high performance, or in our culture we value psychological safety. And organizations, I think, are having to go and unpack what that means for the employee. And I mean, how we've done it in my current organization is break down some of those elements and try to run series that explains to employees that when I'm talking about psychological safety, this is what I mean. And I think it's important that we operate from the same foundational base with employees. And when I say we, I think from an organization, when we speak and what employees understand needs to come off the same base. And I think this is achieved by making sure that we have that clarity. So there is a need for simplicity. I think we speak of, and there's buzzwords that we use in organizations at a period in time. And I think it's important that you're able to simplify that, explain that to employees so that you're off the same base. And when we start measuring, we're measuring the same thing. So definitely an opportunity for organizations and employee language to kind of meet each other halfway, so that we're clear that we're all saying the same thing. When I say I feel psychologically safe, my organization understands what I actually mean when I say that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that setting of common language, I think, is such a powerful piece that can be done and embedded into the employee experience in that pre-onboarding and onboarding phase. It's a great touch point for me. It's a great way to get somebody actually into the organization. And as you say, have those little micro pieces that break down, like, what is this? When we say this is what we mean here, because everybody, it's so nuanced and it's so difficult. I mean, we value psychological safety. Well, everybody does, but what does that actually look, sound, and feel like in your day-to-day reality? What does that look like on Zoom or on Slack? What does that look like in a stand-up in a distribution center? I think that's where, for me, I'm not seeing everyone like bed it down.